Oh God. Oh God. I don't know if I like the production light. I think we're going to turn that off. Yes. She needed to go. Hey y'all. Ew. Where are my glasses? We're going to need these for today. Guys, these are blue light glasses and I'm telling you right now, they actually probably do worse for my eyes than better. They are the dustiest, crustiest glasses I could fucking have. They also reflect, they don't even look good, first of all. They're like neon blue, because that's a fucking color. Oh, fuck. Guys. I know what you guys are probably thinking. Wow, Sadie is starting the new year off strong. She's on her pod. She's so put together. She looks great. If you're only listening on audio, you're really missing out. And you bitches are fucking right. No, I'm kidding. You know what I wanted? I wanted one last hoorah, because I feel like our last episode, I was in a scandal. I was a little bit anxious and I was a little bit twisted for my, I don't fucking know. There was a whirlwind going on. I had been in a fight with my mom. It was Christmas. I was in a scandal. And I wasn't in the right headspace. Also, this heating pad next to me, I'm literally my grandmother. Guys, people are saying slick backs are out. I've never once invested in like the slick back materials that you need for a slick back, just because I have curly frizzy hair, which is probably why I actually should do that. But I just have a 5 head and I wear ponytails all the time and I don't care. So it's kind of like a slick back, except the hair is still flowy in the back and then there's frizziness all over. And then I look like my forehead's the size of fucking Mount Rushmore. But I vote slick backs. Can we just do these? Let's start bringing up the high ponies again. Bringing those in. Anyways, guys, I wanted one last hoorah of TMI. It's not a last hurrah. They're always going to be like this. I set a goal for myself that we are going to upload a podcast every single week this year. And we are going to let ourselves get 4 cheat weeks. Like, we might overlap a few times, but I want to upload every single week. Every 7 days there will be an episode. Maybe you'll get one, it'll be 4 days and you'll get a new one. Maybe it'll be 7 days and I'm literally uploading it at the last fucking hour to make that 7-day mark. I don't know. I'm not going to set a schedule. I'm just going to say every 7 days. The only way I'll make a schedule is if I get signed to Unwell. Because I fear they might make me over there. But I was like, you know what? We're going to have all these I have all these New Year's resolutions. I'm not going to lie. I'm doing dry January. I'm going to use the term damp. I did have 3 glasses of wine the other night watching a sporting event and playing Minecraft with my dear neighbor Bella. She came over here. She is the first person to enter my apartment since my parents have at Thanksgiving, I want to say. Y'all, when I say alone time is being brought to a whole nother level, I have literally not seen a soul. We're going to get into everything. But to top off the episode, happy fucking New Year, everybody. What's up? Hope everyone's doing great. The pressure of New Year's is a lot, and I'm not trying to, I don't know, I feel like sometimes us Americans, if you're not American, us Americans do this, or even just humans, we're a little soft. We are a little, maybe it's just me, but we're a little lazy. We kind of let each other and ourselves get by with goals and whatever. It's kind of like, hey, like, you know what? You have these goals and you have these things, but like also take a breather and like life is short. Love using life is short when I want to be lazy. Love that. And just life is short. Life is so short. And that's why I didn't work out today. And I ate fucking 25 brownies from Whole Foods that are like 380 calories per serving. And per serving is half of that brownie. And I ate how many? Yeah. Okay. Fucking hospitalize me. Also, sorry, the ADHD is really bad today. I have a really fat pimple on the side of my nose that we're just not going to talk about. But I was like, you know what? Let me be one of those softies and let's start off the new year letting all of us be softies. You guys can be softies on here. If you are hitting all your goals, if you are doing the 75 hard, if you're doing dry/damp January, if you're doing the exact opposite I'm here to tell you it's okay. Because even though it's a new year, in fucking retrospect, what really does that even mean? Like, okay, it's just winter again, and then it's gonna be spring, and then it's gonna be summer. Like, everyone starts the new year off so strong because there's no holidays coming up. It's mid fucking winter, so there's nothing else you can do other than think about yourself and hate on yourself. Sorry, not to put that energy out there, but that's, I mean, at least that's me. And so you make all these goals, you make all these things, and then March comes around, maybe April, maybe May, depending on where you live in the world, and you're 25 beers deep, hands in the nachos at the barbecue. You're floating around on a pool float, not giving a fuck. Or you're in the lake on a boat, or you're at the beach, or you're in your driveway tan. Like, just summer comes around, no one fucking cares. No one cares how hard you worked for your body, because guess what? Joe Schmo next to you didn't, and everyone loves him the same. So we're starting the new year off soft as fuck. And if you're not hitting all your goals, it's okay. If you don't have a bunch of resolutions, it's okay. I do, and I hope this can be a place where we can motivate each other, but I want one last hurrah. I want one last what's up. Like, I just have so much to tell y'all right now that I don't want to also try and be like this put together little person. So I'm in a sports bra. I worked out today. Woo, yay. Hadn't in like 4 days. Didn't get ready. Didn't look good. Do you guys want me to start getting ready? Because I feel like I could maybe step it up a little bit and put on a nice outfit and like do my makeup and do my hair and come on here and pop off every once in a while. But then I'm not as funny. When I'm put together like that, when I get put together, when I'm in like a nice outfit and I look classy and elegant, it's harder to be myself. Like, when my hair is curly, that's the most me you'll get out of me, because I'm just fucking wreck. Like, my curly hair is a wreck, so then it just makes me be like, I can be a wreck, but it's a good wreck. All right, I need to start the episode. This is why I write down notes on my phone, because my brain is literally scattered all over the place. New Year started. Let's bring it back to New Year's Eve. I know that probably feels like a lifetime ago. It was only a few days ago, actually like maybe 2 weeks, but that's okay. New Year's Eve, I was going to go up to Nashville. I obviously have spent New Year's Eve in Nashville before. I've talked about it. I was like 19, I want to say. And it was pretty boring. I don't know what my hate is for Nashville recently, but nothing about it excites me. I don't get excited to go to Nashville. I don't get excited to go out on Broadway. I don't get excited to go to the bars there. I don't get excited to go up there and like be on land. I'm definitely a more coastal person. I need a body of water. Even living in Georgia, like, it's my home. I grew up here, so obviously I'm a little bit biased into liking it, but we only have a lake, and obviously during the winter you're not going in the lake, but being this far from the ocean is a little bit like, ugh, for me. So I think Nashville, it's just like a more north inland Georgia, and I don't know, I'm just not a fan of it. I don't really like going out on Broadway. It's fun if you have like a big ass group, but you look around, everyone's the exact same. Cowboy boots, jeans, cowboy hat. We'll get into this later as well, but I don't think I'm into that, y'all. I have always thought I'm going to settle down with some guy who's Southern, who works on a farm, and we're just going to live our little country life. My mom put this gene inside of me, I think, because she did this. Kelly is from up north. My mother is from up north. She grew up in either Rhode Island or Massachusetts. I'm not sure which one, because they're basically the same exact state to me. She grew up there. She moved down to Florida in her like early 20s when she was like dropped out of college. Go you, Kelbell. Love you. Support every decision she ever made because it led to me. She went down to Florida with some of her friends. She wound up moving back up north. She worked on a golf course. Her dad was like kind of well known where they grew up. So he, I guess, got her a job there. Maybe I made that up, I don't know. Then this man one day comes into the golf course. I'm not sure if he worked there with her or if he would just go to the bar there. Probably the bar is what I'm assuming, because that's more up this man's alley is what I think. He would go sit at the bar and he would help her close, or not necessarily help her close, because my mom worked at the golf course bar. Could be completely fabricating this story, by the way. My mom worked at the golf course bar, and this man would come up and, you know, order from her, whatever. There was kind of creeps, you know, when you're a bartender and you're Kelly and you're young and hot, you're going to get creeped on a little bit. So there would be creeps, and she would close sometimes and be there by herself. So this other man, who wasn't really that creepy, I'm assuming he was a little creepy, would stay until she fully closed the bar. So, you know, this guy was from the South. He like grew up, his parents were army, so he was all over the globe. You know what I mean? I think he was born in Cuba. Okay? This man was born in Cuba. Pretty fucking sick. It's in my bloodline, by the way. Born in Cuba, moved to Louisiana, moved to Florida, might have moved a few other places. I'm not exactly sure. Well, my mom was telling all of her northern friends, because, you know, all these like jocks and hockey players and northern little dudes are like, who is this guy with his big belt buckle? Like, TF. And so he's coming out with them because my mom's like me. She feels bad for people all the time. So she's like, you know what? I feel bad for him. I'm going to have him come. He can be a friend. Literally, it's so funny when my aunt tells the story. She's like, oh my God, this man walked in with the biggest belt, the fucking biggest boots, the jeans. Like, he looked nothing like anyone there. And obviously he doesn't know anyone up north. So as my mom and this man are hanging out more and more and more, I guess they start dating. Maybe they had a little too much fun one night. Who knows? I really don't want to think about that. But they were young and probably missed their youth. So we'll let them enjoy it. He winds up having to go back to Louisiana for work, and he invites her, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to go. And so she goes with this man, winds up marrying him and having 3 beautiful children. One is me, by the way. So I think I caught a gene where I also, like my mother, don't want anyone who knows anything fucking about me. I don't want to be with any guy who knows anything about me, who grew up like I did. I want something so opposite because it keeps me interested. Let's remember, I feel like my life has been so fast paced since I was 16. Like, I have experienced, grateful, very grateful, by the way. I've experienced so much at the age of 21 that some people never experience in their entire lives, to where like I'm now wired in a sense. I want something super entertaining, also fast paced and a little bit chaotic when it comes to men. Are we already talking about men? Fuck. It's okay. And I say that because like when I meet someone and he's this southern guy and he wears boots and he can do all the things and he can take off my door and move my couch in here. Thank you very much, Casey, for doing that for me. If you're listening, you're probably not. I'm pretty sure your wife now. It's amazing, but I get bored. I'm just like, okay, I know. Like, you're going to take me on a date. You're going to open my door and you're going to do all the right things. I still want that. But I would love to meet someone who grew up completely differently. Like, it could be like an Australian. It could be someone from up north. It could be someone from out west. I could do an out west. I wouldn't mind that at all. Like a country out west person. But when they're like, I'm from Bama, I'm from Georgia, I'm from Tennessee, I don't really care. I could do a Florida boy. I would do Florida boy over Southern boy. There's our hot take for the day. Anyways, though, so I wound up not going to Nashville because I didn't want to go up to Nashville. I was just like, it's too far. It's for one night. I'm not going to do it. So I wound up staying here. Well, I actually made some new girlfriends that I've known a few of them from high school. And they were out one night when I had Lexi, my friend Lexi, Hair by Lexi, if you guys know who she is. When she was up here and we were in Atlanta, we were downtown and literally no one was out. It was like a ghost town downtown because I live north of Atlanta, so we have these like little cute bars, literally walkable distance from where I live. But then also you can go like downtown to the Battery where the Braves Stadium is. Well, we just went to like these cute little bars down here. No one was there except for like one group of people. And I knew a few of the guys, but the girls I didn't really know. So met them. They were super sweet. I actually really liked them. They came back here. We had some wine. We chilled. We made steak. Threw it up the next day. It was really not pleasant. I went out with them on New Year's Eve. They were here. I went over. One of the girls, her mom was having a birthday party. I went over. She had the hottest cousin. Like, you know when someone's like, oh, my cousin, oh, my family friend. They're normally like mid because it's just like, it's too good to be true. I meet this guy and I'm like audibly fucking laughing as he's introducing himself because I can't take it seriously. When someone is really cute or something, like I'm just like vibing with someone and I'm getting along with them, I just start chuckling in their face because I can't like in my mind I'm thinking about like, oh my God, they're hot. Like, oh, okay, this, that, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make a move? So I just start laughing, audibly laughing in this guy's face as he tells me, guys, He is literally from the town my parents live in Florida. The town I've lived in for 3 years. He's lived there for like 4. He's like, yeah, I go to college down there. You've never been out to these places? And I'm like, no, but apparently I fucking should have been the past 3 years. He never DM'd me. I'm sad about it. All of my high school boyfriends that were at my birthday party, so I feel like you guys like know that group of guys when you see them maybe on my socials. They were all out. We wound up going back to one of their houses and partying in their basement like we used to in high school. And it was so much fun until all of a sudden I look over at my clock and it's a whopping 5:30 a.m. And we're all looking at each other like, oh, okay. I wasn't even going to go out this night, guys. I had made a steak dinner with eggs and avocado. Like I wasn't even planning on hitting the streets like that. I come home. Actually, I go back to the girl's house. And I felt like shit. Like I was just sitting on the floor. Her dog was there. I was rocking back and forth. I was in her clothes and I was like, I have to leave. I have to go home. Like there's no way. I get an Uber at 5:30 in the morning. I get back to my apartment. I fucking see the cop that works here on my way up. And I'm saying, have a good night. And he's like, it's fucking 6 a.m. There's birds chirping, babe. Like, okay, cool. I come up here. I get in my shower and I just felt so sick. And I was like, all right, we have to pull trig. I pulled trig to some foul fucking music. Always turn on foul music. Always turn on foul music when you have to throw up, when you're drinking, because 1, you're going to get PTSD from your own sound. I'm just a baby. But like, just turn on some music and make sure it's something you literally never want to listen to again. I'm sure you guys can fucking think of what I was. Did that, got in bed. I woke up around like 3:30 p.m. And when I tell you, if this was a hangover, never been more hungover in my life except for my brother's draft day. That was a bad night for me. But I was literally in the bathroom dry heaving. That was my brother's draft day. No, this day I woke up. Do you guys want to know what I ordered? Probably $100 worth of DoorDash on January 1st. On the first day of the new year, I'm $100 down fucking bad in DoorDash. Please sponsor me. That's disgusting. Or it's awesome if you do sponsor me. But I had gotten Dunkin', a bagel with cream cheese, and then I got the bagel bites, and then I got hash browns. Then I had a Smoothie King order, angel food smoothie, no sugar, add in fucking protein. Then on top of that, Chick-fil-A chicken noodle soup and a side of fries and an OJ Simpson. An OJ Simpson put in the blender. So good. Everything was amazing, but I couldn't eat that much. And that's when I knew I was super hungover or something was wrong, because when I can't eat a lot, but I'm that hungry, I'm probably sick. I don't know if I was sick. I sat here on this couch and literally melted for 2 days straight with my heating pad and all that food. I literally let it sit out and I just kept eating it. So I was like, all right, you know what? All these plans I had for the new year, the day that I had went out on New Year's Eve, I had like a full playbook of what my first week of the year was going to look like. So that just got burned in a fire. Like I was like, no, I'm done, destroyed, not even thinking about that right now. 3 days later, I was feeling better and I was like, all right, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to like go on a walk, because morning walks are my thing. Like I tell people the best shape of my life I was ever in was when I was walking 10,000 steps a day. And I was also working out, but I'm telling you, walking, game changer. When I was walking a ton, literally I felt like I just was like so fit. So I woke up, I walked like 3 miles outside. It was so cold. And then I came home and I crashed out because I have really bad body dysmorphia. And it's something that I have had for so long. I know I talked about that in the last episode, but it's just bad in the winter. When the summer comes, I don't think about it as much because I'm just like tan and active and doing a lot to where I just don't have time to think about it. But in the winter, like constantly being inside, and if I work out or if I walk or if I eat, like it's so easy to just go look in the mirror at myself immediately after. And I'm just constantly on camera. So I think that's another thing too. But body dysmorphia was body dysmorphying. I was calling my mom. I was anxious. I was sad. Just, all the motions you get after a 2-day fucking hangover. And I was like, you know what? I deserve to go to the tanning bed. So day 3, January 3rd, I've already done the most. I'm already doing the fucking most. So I go to Planet Fitness and I go to the tanning bed because I'm like, you know what? By the way, not to promo this because I know tanning beds are bad for you, but also I don't know that because some people say they're good for you. Okay. I didn't say that. Just get a Planet Fitness membership and use their beds because it's literally like $25 a month, and an actual tanning membership I think is like $100 or something. So just do the Planet Fitness thing. So I go to PF and I hop in the tanning bed, and this was after the stuff happened in New Orleans, and my brother was actually there. Like I just knew a lot of people that were over there because New Orleans is pretty close to where I live, and obviously, it's like terrible what happened. Heart goes out to anyone involved or any families or anything. But I was so anxious about it. Like I literally was laying in this tanning bed and I was like, oh my God, something bad's going to happen. Like something bad is going to happen. And like, what if someone comes in here and God knows what? Like, I just could not chill. And I'm literally like sitting in the tanning bed, like praying, like so anxious. And then I get out and I think someone like dropped a weight or something. And I'm literally fucking hiding behind this tanning bed in this room, like scared to open the door and peek my head out. Wound up coming home, crying, placed my Whole Foods order online. Like I was just an anxious mess. Probably, once again, the hangover, it was a 3-day hangover. The devil really wanted to haunt me those 3 days. I also had spent so much time alone. I've been spending so much time alone recently. So I think that was another reason I was crashing out. I was just anxious. I hadn't seen anyone in a little bit other than New Year's Eve when like we all were a little bit faded. So yeah, I was kind of crashing out and I was like, all right, I'm not going to let this be the start of my new year. Like, it's okay. We're going to get over this hump. The first week's always a hump. The second week we can do a little bit better. Are we 3 weeks in? Maybe 2.5, right? I don't know. Then I was feeling lonely and I crashed out so hard I texted this man's, which I told myself, we're not doing that in 2025. 2025 is not for the guys. It's not for the guys. 2025 is for you, babe. It's for you. Obviously, you guys know about my celibacy. We're still there. We're still there, babe. The last guy I kissed he had lived to be my age before my own existence. So that's where we're at with the men. And I texted this guy coming in from the audio headquarters. This guy I texted was not the man who lived before my existence, by the way. This guy who I've been texting for like 10 months, never met him. Just never fucking have met him. It's literally like AI. It feels like I'm talking to a fucking robot. Like I literally, like sometimes I'm like, this is actually fake. Like this isn't a real person. Like it's literally fucking AI talking to me. And then I feel like shit about it. Cause you know what? I just like hate that. Him besides the point. Y'all, I really yearn for douchebags. Like I really, really yearn for people who kind of suck, and maybe they won't suck. That's the catch. That's where I get caught. I think I'm a fixer. That's who I want to be. I want to be a fixer. I like to find people. This actually just happens. I don't know why I attract this, but I feel like sometimes I attract people who, this isn't about this guy, by the way. I really hope he doesn't listen to these because he's never gonna talk to me again. Like just previously when I look down at my track record, this goes with the chaos thing. This goes with like me not liking Southern guys who grew up like me, and we would probably have a lot in common. It would probably be really easy. I want the chaos. So I go for people who I feel like are kind of broken, and maybe, you know what? Maybe this has to do with me. Like maybe I'm broken. What I would say is I go for people who don't see their own worth or don't see their own potential. And I don't know if maybe sometimes it's just like I feel like I have good intuition and I read too into things, but I don't know. Like I think it comes from a place. I did research on it, and by research I mean I chat GBT'd it. And my chat GBT said it can be an insecurity issue in yourself, which I don't think it is, because I feel like in a lot of my relationships I haven't been insecure other than like maybe one, and it was only because they like low-key manipulated and gaslit me for a year straight, but that's fine. Character development for sure. So, but that was like the only one I really got insecure in. And I don't think I'm an insecure person. Like if you put me in a room with people and tell me like, hey, you have to try and pull one of these guys, and I try and it doesn't work, I'm not like offended. I'm more like, okay, you're fucking lost. So I feel like I'm not insecure in that field. But then it also was saying it can have to do with lifestyle, like with what you like your lifestyle to be like. And maybe if you want a little more drama or chaos, like you're into that like toxicity and you're not ready for marriage yet. And I'm like, yeah, that's me to a T. That's probably fucking me. So lit. I think I just like the chaos, and that's really it. And I think too, it's like I love helping people, weirdly enough. And I don't know, I guess I just almost yearn for like this thing where I meet someone and I'm just like a helper. Maybe I just like it old school. I feel like old school women, like the men go and work and they come home and you're like almost their support system, like emotionally, because men hide their emotions a lot. I need an emotional man. Like I used to always be like, guys shouldn't get sad, like you're a fucking pussy, like grow up, grow some balls. No, I kind of like a little emotional boy. Like I like them to be a little emotional and have feelings. When they're like a brick wall, like a lot of Southern men are just like brick walls. Like I don't mind to see you cry, but cry about our children or cry about like me. That's it. I don't know. And that's okay. I'm loving being single because all I think about is myself, and it's great. I'm actually worried to be in a relationship. Whenever I get in a relationship, it's like I couldn't do someone that's not long distance. I've thought about that. Like having someone here, like if I met someone in my town who I liked and I got along with, which maybe that could happen. I'm 90% sure though it wouldn't, because I would be like, no, that's boring. Like I'm too bored. You live close enough for me to drive to you. I'm bored. Like, and just them coming over, what are we going to do? Like what? That's bad. That's bad. But see, if someone lived in New York and I had to travel to go see them, or they lived out in California, or they lived in Arizona, or they lived in Montana, Wisconsin, Michigan, one of these places, hell, give them South Florida. They can live down in Miami, like somewhere like that. And I'm having to travel to see them. That's cool. I'm cool with that because it's fun. Anyways, then I worked out for like 3 days straight. So I was back on my workout kick. My workout program has renewed. So it has like these new year things. I'm super excited about it. The next week's hasn't come out yet. I did lack a little bit on the first week, but that's okay. It's okay. Oh, I'm actually really behind. No, it started on the 6th. It started on the 6th and it's now the 12th. So I'm 6 days in. So we're doing good. Health is wealth. Health is wealth. I've tried to bring that into the new year. And one thing is, health is wealth, and health is also a fucking head case. Because do y'all know what I do? Do y'all know what I do? I have been making these smoothies for about a year. It's called a Detox Island Green smoothie. It's kale, spinach, mango, pineapple, half a banana. If you want a full banana, I normally do a full banana. Then I added protein powder, or I normally add protein powder, some ginger, and then I put in like a 4th cup of water. And then recently I've also been doing chia pudding, not sure how you say that one. Chia seeds, put them in some almond milk, let them sit in the fridge overnight. You need that because they soak up all the almond milk. And if you eat chia seeds without letting them soak in something first, they kind of go in and like soak in your water and whatever, and they're not that great. Been putting that in there and making them. Well, the other day I put this smoothie online. And I'm seeing these people are saying to me, hey, I hope you know kale and spinach are actually bad for you. Kale's not good for you. Yo, kale's actually terrible for you. The oxidants in it or some fucking bullshit apparently go in and they break down like little sharp fiberglass and break away at your cells. I don't know, something. You have to apparently steam your kale and spinach, then freeze it, then put it in your smoothies. Everything's bad for you. They're like, oh, almonds are actually bad for you too. Almond milk, terrible for you. What can we eat? What can we eat? Because I know that's a lot damn better than me going to get fucking Chick-fil-A. I know it's better than me drinking my Starbucks every morning. Like, Everything we do nowadays, people just have something to say. I did steam my whole bag of kale though, and spinach. So we'll try that and see. But apparently everything's bad for you. So I think health is wealth and health is a head case as well. Eat what you think is good, eat what makes you feel good, and keep on living. Life is short anyways. We're all going to die. Next, let's talk about how I'm Canadian now. So where I live in like a little area where there's shops and there's restaurants and there's things, people all around. It's almost like my own little city I live in. A few weekends ago, it was like the first weekend of the new year, and there was a wedding going on. I knew it wasn't like, I didn't know what culture it was. I wasn't sure because they were in like different outfits and stuff like that, like the outfits you would wear where I thought it was an Indian wedding, but I wasn't sure, but that's what I was thinking. And I'm not gonna lie, they were fucking lit, partied for like 3 days if I'm not mistaken. I would hear boom 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 boom, and I'm like, what the fuck? Finally I would go outside and I would realize it's coming from the wedding. I kind of like that stuff though, because it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel like if something happened I could like scream to them or something like that. One girl came outside. I thought she was like throwing up at one point and I was watching her do it, but I don't know what was going on. She might have been like smoking or something. So that was entertaining for me until I woke up around 9 a.m., which is pretty early for Miss Crowell, and all I hear is rioting, and all I can think of is New Orleans, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Like, I'm fucked. I look out my window and they are full on partying in the streets. Drums, DJs, they have people's faces on big sticks, and I'm like, hell yeah. So what do? What any influencer would. I make a TikTok of me filming them, and I was kind of like, what the fuck is going on? But I wasn't mad about it. I captioned it and was like, wish I was them or something like that. Well, I didn't realize, but the comment section turned into like riot. Like people were literally rioting in my comment section about it. I don't really care, so I wasn't really reading any of it. I was just like, okay, whatever, gets the video to do better, cool. Then like 3 days later, I keep on going on Instagram, and I have my notifications off for like most social media apps, but at the little top tab, it kept on saying like 150 comments. Like every time I would go back on, I'm like, I'm not posting anything. So what comments am I getting? I'm so confused. I have been blasted by these Indian news stations saying Canadian woman complaining about people in the street like rioting. I'm not kidding. Like, I'll put it on Was That TMI, and I'm literally looking at it like, first of all, oh, Canada all the way. By the way, I am part Canadian. My grandfather was born there. Go Toronto. He played for the Boston Bruins. It's my biggest flex ever. I'll flex it for the rest of my life. I literally think my grandpa's like the coolest person to fuck planet Earth. He's 87. Guys, he goes and golfs. He drinks. We'll go out. He orders a Bud Light. Like, he's the man. And I haven't spent a lot of time with him because he's always lived up north. And I don't know, just as I got older, it got more and more special to me. And I think hockey's cool. Once again, it's the one sport I don't know anything about. I play baseball. Grew up since I was 4 years old. I've been on a baseball field. So I'm like, cool, know that one. Oh, I play football. Football is huge in the South. Everyone plays fucking football. You played football or you played baseball? Soccer, I don't know where they play soccer. Lacrosse, who's watching lacrosse on TV? Sorry, cool, but like also, Basketball, I'd go down that lane. I feel like basketball players to me have always been kind of rude, but that's just my experience. Besides that, I'm getting posted as this Canadian woman who's been complaining, and these comments are agreeing with me. They're like, oh my God, she's so right. Like, this is awful. I agree with her. I'm Indian. I agree with her. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Next thing you know, the groom of this wedding DMs me and is like, I've been trying to tell people that you were literally not complaining and that you were in a good spirit about it. Like, if you want me to, I'll make a video with you about this. I'm like, hell yeah, this man's a DJ. I'm like, dude, congrats, by the way. Like, that's awesome. Loved your Barat. I think that's how you pronounce it. Loved it. It was awesome. Next time you have one, invite me, please. it was a whirlwind of events that I'm seeing. I honestly didn't even see that much. I'm getting tagged in new ones every single day. The next part of my notes for TMI, you guys, I'm writing paragraphs. This is kind of about my 2025 and what I want to do. So for 2025, I made a goal list, and I want to actually make a YouTube video going through these goal lists with you guys, and like, I want to help you guys make goal list. Not that you need my help. I'm sure you guys already did it on your own. I'm way behind. But I do want on YouTube to kind of be more, this sounds really crazy coming out of my mouth, I feel like, just because I've never been this way. But I want to do more like motivating, like motivating videos. Like I want to better myself always. But this year, like I really actually do want to like deep dive and like not slack, because I've been way too comfortable, and I like being uncomfortable. So I want to really like push myself this year. And I don't know, I kind of want to bring you guys along with me, and like we do things together. So I kind of want to make goals and set like new expectations for me like throughout the months and stuff, and have y'all do it with me, because I think that'd be fun. Like we do it together, and we like comment and like write little blogs to each other. I think that'd be fun. But living in my hometown, there's obviously more pressure to like wanting to have a boyfriend and wanting to kind of just be chill because everyone else does. But I just have never been that way. I've never had that thought process. And for 2025, like that's kind of what I want to tap into. I want to have at least one more year of like just going balls to the walls and having fun. And I know like I always post my vision boards, and people are like, Sadie, your life literally looks like this every year. Yeah, I want it to look like that for the rest of my fucking life. I can't lie. Except I do want babies really bad. Like that hits me every 3 days that I want a child. But I don't know, like I crave meeting new people constantly. Like I love, this sounds really fucking bad, but whatever, I'm gonna say, I don't really care. With my ex, like the last guy I dated, his life was so different, and everyone in his life I had never met, and like places that I went with him and things that I did with him, it was so different from my own life. That is why I enjoyed it so much. I think like for the months I did enjoy it, it was because I met all these new people. I was in a completely new place. It's like you're being reborn. Like you're a different person, or you're still you, but like you're getting to live a different life. And I'm trying, like what I'm doing, or what I want to do this year, is allow myself to do that not through a fucking boy, because like I don't have to do that through a guy. Like I can do that on my own. I really want to like embrace the adventurous side of me and go do adventurous things, because you can go to so many places and so many different towns and states and like whatever, but if you're going there and you're only going to the bar, what are you actually experiencing? Like what are you actually getting out of it? I want to meet new people, do new things, find some new hobbies. Like I really want to make some more girlfriends. I love girls, and I don't have enough girlfriends. And I feel like when you get to the age of like 21, in your 20s, it's a lot harder to make girlfriends, but at the same time, it's not impossible. Like it's not over. On the YouTube side of things, I really want to try and like level up, but I just want to have fun this year. Like I really want to have fun. I want to really lock in and focus on work, focus on myself, but I don't want to take anything too seriously. Like I'm not going to lie. I know kissing the DILF was a lot for some of you to see, but for me, like that did unlock something in me. Like I was kind of like, you know what? Like nothing is that fucking deep. Like it's not that big of a deal. It's really not. And you should do stupid shit like that, because then when you're 30, you have things to fucking talk about and think about and look back on. Like, I don't know. I just think one day I will have a child and a husband, and I'm sure I will be like, oh yeah, if I could go back and live through my 20s again, I totally would. Who wouldn't? I'm sure everyone would say that right now. Some people maybe not. Some people might have hated their 20s, but I don't want to be the person who looks back and hated my 20s because I spent it dating and dating and dating just to find the right guy to then settle down. And if you're with a guy right now, or you have a boyfriend, or you are settled down, there's nothing wrong with that. If you find your person, and like, let it all be. Who knows? I could get engaged this year. I could have this year. No, we're not saying that. We're cutting that out. Bleep that, Sadie. We're not fucking saying that. Engaged, maybe. That's fine if that happens. Oh God, I can't even imagine. I'm just not in a rush for anything. I'm chilling. I'm in Georgia right now. My lease does end February 4th, unless I want to extend it. I'm thinking about ending it, putting my stuff in storage, going down to Florida for a month, testing the waters living down there, South Florida, not where my parents live, seeing how I like it, or staying here for February, maybe for March. Then it's going to be summertime. This would not be a bad place to live in the summer, y'all, because the Atlanta airport's here. It's a good traveling destination. Like, I can travel to Nashville quickly, even though I just shit on it. You can get down to 30A, like the Panhandle quickly, Florida. Where else can you get? The fucking Atlanta airport. That's it. But I don't know, like all my high school guy friends would be back, so I think it'd be fun to spend a summer with them up here, especially like their first summer back. Yeah, I just think it's gonna be a fun year. Let's not take it too seriously. Next week I want to come in with some homework for you guys. I'm gonna give you guys homework on TMI. Sorry, hate to break it to you, but you're gonna have some homework. We're gonna have some things that we're gonna do, and we're gonna reflect on them the next week. So I want this to be more consistent. I want it to feel more like a place that you know is here for you and a person you know is here for you. Versus like my workout class, I love when I hop on that bitch and she's like, hey, I know you guys had a great week last week with our classes, this week, blah, blah, blah. Like, she's on time. She knows what's going on. I feel like she knows what I just did. I feel like she knows what I had for breakfast. In fact, she does, because she gives me the meal plans. So I like that we're very connected that way. It feels like a friend. And that's how I want you guys to feel when you come on here. So we're going to have some homework next week. I also been thinking, should I do like a 10-minute educational part? No. That's too far. Maybe in February we'll do that. Not right now. But I do think I could like find some fun facts and teach y'all some stuff throughout the episode. And like, you know, when someone teaches you something in your older years, like you're more of an adult, maybe you guys are like 16, who knows? So apparently liquid measuring cups or like liquid measuring isn't the same as dry measuring. So I learned that because Jackson and Marta is Bella's older sister. My two neighbors, they're from Poland. Marta and Bella, they're not from Poland, but they're Polish. Their parents are from Poland. Grew up next to them, would go eat at their house all the time. They're like literally my sisters. Marta's dating this guy named Jackson. Love Jackson. He came to my birthday party. Marta couldn't even come. Jackson came. I think they were going to fight over that, or they were arguing over that, over who was right. And I didn't know that either. So it's like I learned that from them. And now whenever I'm like in the kitchen using that stuff, I think of them. I think that's cute. So I'm going to be a narcissist. I want you guys to think about me. I'm kidding. But I'm going to start teaching y'all stuff. So then that way you can maybe be like, oh my God, yeah. Like if it wasn't for fucking Sadie's 69th podcast episode, I wouldn't have known that what a narcissist is. I taught y'all that last year. All right, well, that's going to be it for this week. That's going to be it for our New Year, New Me episode. New Year, same me. I'm craving a Whole Foods chocolate chip cookie. They are so good. Like, so anything Whole Foods. That's so gross. I think I was going to suck the mic. That's going to cap it off. I'm starting to get into areas that I don't need to get into, and I don't want to, because it's going to make me think too hard. Happy New Year. Happy TMI being once a week, every 7 days, one of the days, we will be coming out with an episode. Hold me fucking accountable. Go leave hate if I don't. Fucking shit on me hard. But guess what? You're not going to have to, because I'm going to do it. I'm going to be consistent. We're a family. We're friends here. I love you guys. Y'all are amazing. And I'll see you next week. Get ready for the homework. This is like class. Okay? TMI. Teachers must inform. TMI. Love you.